Hi everybody, welcome back. Tony again here with Shinsho Yoga, and this week I'd like to do a little bit of housekeeping and then share a message for this week. And the first bit of housekeeping I would like to do is just say thank you to all the subscribers out there, because I've hit a milestone for me, 100 subscribers. In the world of YouTube, I know 100 subscribers probably is not a big deal, but for me, it is a big deal. It's taken me about a year and 4 months to get to that point, and every time when I look at my channel and I see I get a new subscriber, I go, "Yay, new subscriber!" So I just want to thank everybody for that. It was when I hit 100, I was like, "Oh my God!" So thank you to everybody that's subscribed, and of course, thank you to everybody that watches the channel. With that, I am going to do a bit of a shift, though, in video release for people who subscribe to the channel. I generally have been trying to do it one video a week since I started. I have about close to 70 videos right now up, and once the 1 year past time frame for me and 100 subscribers, I've take a look at it, for lack of a better term, business wise, and looking at analytics and looking over the older videos. And in going over some of that, I wasn't overly pleased with some of the older videos I did, in that I thought I could have done a better job on them. Doing that, this is something that I do on the side to everything else I do. It sometimes ends up where it's, oh, I got to get a video out. Oh, and I rush to get something out and basically pump the video out. And when I look at it, I go, well, that's okay for YouTube. I've seen some videos there, this and that. And honestly, going back and looking at them, I feel I could have done a better job on some of them. So in order to prevent that going forward, I'm going to do them now every 2 weeks. It'll give me enough time to record it properly, get it said how I want it to say, and not be, sometimes I feel I'm just rambling and saying the same thing over and over. So I'm going to try to get it done how I want to get it done, and be happier with it, and maybe revisit some of the ones in the past at some time in the future. But for now, just going to 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, to be able to get them done what I feel is properly. Released day, I'm looking to do on the weekends, either Saturday or Sunday. I'm still looking at which is the best time to do, and this comes into just standard YouTube algorithm, which one is the best time to hit, because releasing them at 2 a.m. on Wednesdays doesn't work, but a Saturday morning seems to be a good one to be able to get people to see it. And in the end, that's why you do this. You know, I feel I have things to share, things that'll help people. My students that I teach now in my classes, they seem to feel that way, and I'd like to be able to offer that as many people that want to hear it. So that's why I do this. So thank you again for everybody that's subscribed, and again, just expect to see a video at the current stage about every 2 weeks. So with that, let me get into my message for today, and it happens to be around full moon energy. So right now here in the northern hemisphere of America, today it is the full moon. It's probably full moon everywhere too, I would assume. I don't know how it works in the different hemispheres. If maybe it looks a little different. I should really study that before I do a video, shouldn't I? But here in New Jersey, the full moon tonight, and the energy has been pretty chaotic from it. And full moon energy, along with new moon energy, is a real thing, at least in that we view that way in the spiritual world and the world of astrology and the like, right? It may not be viewed that way in strict science or modern science, but it has been for thousands of years looked at this way. And it really just comes down to energy, right? The full moon is a change, just as the new moon is a change. New moon energy can be crazy too. New moon energy is often more subtle than full moons. Full moon is usually pretty crazy. But I've been on some new moons that are nuts. And it's a shifting of energy, right? Now, my father was an astrologer. He studied all these things, and he used to be able to tell me, well, the planet's in this house, and when this ascendant, and this, and all these things. And for me, that was all too overthought. It was too much thinking, because thought is a rabbit hole. It never ends, right? We just have to feel it. We have to feel the shift in the energy and move with that shift in the energy, right? Generally, full moon energy is going to have a 5-day period around it. Whether it's 5 days leading up to it, 5 days around it, or 5 days after, right? So meaning that 5 days before the full moon, you start to feel the energy get crazy, or the 5 days around it, 2 before, 2 after, 1 in the middle, or 5 days after, meaning you hit the full moon and then for the next 5 days it's kind of crazy. That's what I've found around that it's going to be. And that's all you have to do is feel that energy and move with it. Right? I have a app on my phone that tells me the moon phases. I have one on my watch, so if I'm on my phone and things are a little crazy, I'm like, oh, take a look. Oh, it's the full moon energy coming up. And I just pay attention to it, right? Knowing that things are going to be chaotic and crazy, and often pull back, right? I'll often retreat, right? And go, okay, let's only do the things we have to do. Let's not go out full bore because it's a little too chaotic out there. And that's what really gets around. People seem to be chaotic on the moon. A little side note, scientifically wise, though, if this is something you struggle with, or believing in that, just something to think about. The moon affects the tides of our oceans unbelievably, right? Being a surfer, I watch it all the time. Depending on how close the moon is, because the moon has an elliptical orbit to the Earth, it can pull them radically, right? But it just doesn't affect the ocean. It affects rivers, too, right? And you just see it a little more subtly. It affects streams and it affects lakes. Depends on the size of the stream and the lake to how much you will see that effect. Right? It's more subtle in them because that amplifies the energy more depending on the size. Human beings are 70% water. So considering you're mostly water and the moon affects bodies of water, I would say it's a pretty good assumption that it would have some effect on you. But moving with the energy, how do we do that? It requires us to be present in the moment. Everything I teach focuses on being present in the moment. Right? And at the end of the videos, you always hear me say, follow your breath, return to your breath as your thoughts arise, acknowledge them, allow them to pass by, return to the breath. This is the mantra I repeat in my classes time and again. This is about being present in the moment. Right? So if we're present in what we're doing, using that breath work to every time something begins pulling us, an emotion or a thought, to come back to being center and being still, we'll notice the chaos around us, or the energy moving, better yet, the energy moving around us. And then you can either choose to participate in that energy or not choose to participate in that energy. You can see that everything, as you get caught up in the people and all that's going on, oh, chaotic out here. Oh, full moon. Go home. Don't really need to be out today. I'll do this tomorrow. Or maybe you get into an argument with somebody and you're like, why are they so this? The energy. Even if you don't want to say it's the moon energy, just recognizing the energy, right? And knowing what to respond to with it. Not react, respond. Right? And often with full moon energy, the response is retreat. Just come in. Go home, stay home, avoid traveling. People get crazy when they drive, right? Take care of what you need to do at home. Maybe your electronics don't work as well. Maybe they're acting up, right? These things happen. Let the energy pass. Just let it pass by. And once those days have gone, you'll notice things start to become calmer again. Just be aware of the energy and move with it. That's all you have to do. Use your breath to stay present in the moment that you're in. Be aware of it. Don't get pulled into it. And if you do, come back. Time and again. Each time. And just recognize it and move with it. That's all you have to do. So, that's my thought for this week. Thank you again to everybody that's subscribed. Again, we got a little bit of a channel change, a little bit of a video change release time on here, but I don't think that should be too bad. And again, breathe and follow your breath. I almost couldn't say that. As the thoughts arise, acknowledge them, allow them to pass by, and return to the breath. Namaste.